Okay, we're going to talk about some of the advanced features for InQI in this session. So what are the advanced features that we're going to talk about? So we're going to try to create a site plan that has utility markings and a custom setback. We talked about the layers in one of the sessions. If you have seen this, layers is when you enable and you put things together on the layers. So this is an area where we're going to focus on to try to create additional things that needs to be for the process. There will be sessions on various other objects, but this session, we're going to talk about the line object, the utility lines, and also the custom setback. So everything in InQI is a project, is an address. So we have an address here, we're going to use the same one. So let's go through this address. So this is a corner lot in Los Altos, right? It's a city that I know of, right? Now, in this corner lot, what we wanted to do is we want to create a couple of setbacks, and usually on the setbacks, you have from the side, because the corner lot, you have setback, and you can see the property, the house is set back into the property. But so let's go mark those, and then we're going to mark some utilities, and we're going to talk about some additional features. Now, you notice that there is an H, these are the side, there's an H line here on this paved road. And there is an E line, right? Let's put the 25, I think it's a 20 or 25. Let's go with 25. The 25 off of E and then 25 off of H as a custom setback. So we go to setbacks and we create a custom setback. It's going to say from which line, and we're going to say this one is going to be off of the E line. And we're going to put it, you can name it whatever you want. I'm going to call it no structure. And I'm going to call this a 20 feet setback. So I'm going to do 20 feet setback. So I'm going to select and put it in. And you notice that is a 20 feet setback is put in off of E, right? Now, I think it's 20, maybe 25. You can see the house is right next to it. I think it's 25. But let's go with 20. You get the idea that how it can build these custom setbacks. Now, on the H, I think it's also 20. I think it's 25, but we go with 20. So I'm going to put in off of H. A setback for the structure, whatever you want to call it again, and 20. Right, so select that, and that's in the setback. So what I do, I just created a setback for those items, right? Now, important part of this thing is that you can do as many setbacks as you like, custom setbacks. You can put a custom setback on an object, on an element. You have a tree, put a custom setback on a tree and say 5 foot the diameter, stay out, because you don't want to dig and hurt the roots. So everything you see on the screen, you can modify, and you can put these custom setbacks or other elements to it, right? You want to delete it, you go and click on delete. But let's talk about another thing. One of the things that we do with projects when we are designing it, and also as we're building it, we need to know where the utility lines are at, right? Downspouts, utility lines, and all that stuff that is there. In the design phase, we care for it. Let's go mark some of those, and you get a feel for how that works, right? So let's go through that. So we're going to enable a layer. The layers work all the same, but this is what we're going to enable. We're going to enable the line object and the point object in this scenario, right? There will be sessions on other things, and we can lock them in and so forth, but just let's go through that. Now, things that we want to do. Now, you can see a lot of things from the top down. These are latest pictures, 4 times a year in this area. In other areas, they could do a little less. But we have pretty clear view of what's out in the field. Or we might have gone to the project site to talk to the client. We'll kind of notice things. We take pictures around. We mark it on a piece of paper. I can print this and take it with you and do that. So let's go mark a few things. This is a manhole. And basically, you see it is highlighted a little bit because we found it on the screen. But let's go mark it. So I'm going to click on point object. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to click. It's going to go and say, what is this object? I'm going to go and say, this object, this is a sanitary manhole, right? So we marked it as sanitary manhole on the screen. Right? I believe it looks like it might be wrong, but I'm going to call this, and this is the water meter. It looks like it's the water meter. So I'm going to go in, and I'm going to click on this one. Water meter is usually on the top. So I'm going to call this a water meter. So that's the water meter. Now, let's go ahead and mark also the electric panel. See here, a bunch of options right there. Now, we're going to have a session on assets. You can actually get a picture of it and connect that's another section that we talk about. So let's go and mark the electric panel. I believe it's on this side. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to mark this the electric panel. Now, this is how. And let's mark while we're on the same one. Let's mark up a couple of downspouts, right? So I bet you there's a downspout on this side. So I'm going to click on it, and we can go see it. You don't have to guess it. So there's a downspout, and you notice it's a downspout in here. I'm going to put another one here. You're going to the side, you see the downspout, so you're basically going to mark the downspouts, right? So downspout there. So now you are updating your site plan with everything you see either from above or you've been to the side and marking. Now let's talk about the line object. So we want to see where the sewer line goes in. I'm going to assume it's a direct line from here, but again, you have ways to look at it. So I'm going to click on the line. From here, I will connect it to here, where we are. And I'm going to say this one is basically a sanitary sewer line. And you will mark it as such. Remember, if you call it 811, you're going to mark it as that. I'm going to go in and say the water comes in and goes in, I'm going to say it goes in here, and out. It goes into the house this way. Such. What is this? I'm going to say this is the water line. So, where does electric goes? I'm going to say it goes from here. Just guessing at this point, but you get the idea. So on the electric line, I'll put it on here, it goes to here, and it goes to there. And this is going to be the electric power line. So I have now marked them, but let's say, as I always do. Now I have marked the process of having all these things marked on my screen. There's a whole bunch of other things like you see add a new asset and so forth. There's sessions on it. You can put setbacks on this line. So I can say the electric line, there's a setback on it. 2 feet, don't dig. So you have that option in there. All of those you can play around with it, but in sessions you're going to see me talking about it. You'll get the feel for it. So I'm going to say, and I'm going to go, and again, I'm going to always, most of the time, show you what I can do. I'm going to save that PDF as a site plan, and what you see is what you get. So if I see it on the screen, I'll see it on the PDF or on the DXF, on the AutoCAD. And with a couple of seconds, basically now it has it generates that and puts it in. So this is a site plan. Let's download it. Let's take a look at it. And basically now you see that my site plan is updated. And let me just browse down a little bit. And you see that the markings are all there. So this is the ability for us to create a way for you to basically do your own site plan as you wish, and you have a complete control, on doing your site plan. By what you see on the ground, when you go and look it from the top, the information you collect, everything is at your fingertip to create this. This is the power InQI. Use it a lot. For your benefit, and you find things that you need added to it, let us know. We're going to try to put it in. Thank you, and there will be more sessions. Let me make sure you go through all the sessions at a time.